Today we're making items using our garment. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Julie and I'm here with my 3 elements using my garment. So we are going to make 3 elements in this video as part 1, and then we're going to move on to part 2 and we'll show that tomorrow, and we are going to make a snippet. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited. Let's go ahead and get started. These are for the July Just Junk Journal Challenge, and we are to use a garment, make 3 items along with some other elements. If you're interested in the challenge, the deadline is July 31st, and the details video is in the description box down below. So my garment is it is what is left of the white skirt. Okay, so we used this in the January Junk Journal Challenge, and I'm gonna put that video at the very end of this video. There will be a link to the playlist for the January Just Junk Journal Challenge 2, and so you'll want to check that out if you are liking the junk. Okay, so I have a couple things I want to do here. So really quickly and pretty much easily, I'm gonna take my garment, so my skirt here, and I am going to cut off. I'll go ahead and start it, and I'm gonna rip, actually. I'm gonna rip a piece, however big that ends up being. I think this was actually like a slip for a skirt. It is a white linen, and it has just been wonderful to use. So we're going to go ahead and clear off all this frayed stuff, okay? Look at all that. Look at all that. But it will drive me crazy if I don't take it off. So, but I'm also going to use it, okay? Right here, right now, we are going to use some of the frayed, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of move it around in my hand. And now I'm going to kind of go around the edge, kind of bringing it in so that it stays. And we are going to come back to this, okay, after we have to do a couple more things, but we're going to come back to that, okay? So we are here with our piece, okay? So we have a trim, basically, or a ribbon. And I am going to go ahead and stamp on this, okay? So that's my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp. Let's see if I have, okay, so I have these cute little birds. They're little enough that they'll show up on here. This is the green that we've been using. We also have this. We'll do this probably in black. I don't want to leave. That's a good paper right there. A good book page right there. We don't want to lose the good one. So let's go ahead. We'll put this on here, and we'll go ahead and I'm going to stamp in it, and I'm just going to add my little birds. Okay. And so if I were to take this piece off, since I kind of went a little crooked, okay, and look at there, we got some more frayed pieces. Lovely, huh? Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and for this side, I'm going to come down the other way. Get our little birds on there. Little birds on there. Okay, so there's our little birds. And then we're going to come back. Let's cover this up so I don't accidentally put my stamp in there. Okay, we're going to come in with, I love this texture stamp. It's one of my favorites. And we're just going to come in side to side. Okay, you can go ahead and do your the whole strip. I'm just going to do this piece. Okay, and I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go ahead and cut it underneath this bird. Actually, we'll cut it and rip it. Okay, so that's going to give me trim. So you can go ahead and stamp and get trim out of your garment. Another thing that you can do, since you can use your stamp pads, okay, so you can use all your stamp pads, you can go ahead and just lay it down and get some color on it, okay? So that gives you some color on your piece. So if you, you know, if your fabric is really bright, you need to calm it down. You can put some color on it, and of course you can also just leave it the way it is. I want to leave it the way it is, but I want a couple of thinner pieces. And you can see what we're doing over here is we are building a tassel, but we can also do these same ideas and have your tag toppers, the edge of your journal, you know, like we do the lace or the fabric edges. All those fun things can be done. Okay, so I love using fabric, ripped fabric in my tassels, especially when I don't have that much other stuff. I'm going to use some pieces from one of my fabric scraps. In this challenge you were able to use 3. Okay, so there's 1. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what do we have? We have our fabric pieces, little fabric scraps. We have our colored piece. This is some of our paper towel. It's actually pretty strong, so I was like, well, you know, it's pretty strong. Let's go ahead and put that in there. We have the side seam from the lace, crocheted lace. It's also a garment. It's one of my 5 additions. Some more fabric and some of the white fabric, the one that's stamped on. Okay, so I also, from the lace, it was a tank top. If you go across, you can pull out, see this flower and the swirl? And so that's what I did. I went across and I cut out the flowers, the swirl, the flower, the swirl, the flowers, the swirl, to give me another fun piece in here. And we'll put that down, and let's put this down. And we've got our other paper towel. I know, isn't that something, that paper towel? So there's that. And then we'll put our daisy, and I think we'll go daisy to daisy and take this bottom swirl off here, and we'll put it over in this pile because we can use that for one of our other projects. Okay, so now what I want to do with the swirl, the daisy swirl, is we have 2 daisies and we have 1 daisy. So I want to lay this so that this right here is the point where we are going to gather it together. Okay, so you see what we've got there? Isn't that gorgeous? And remember, we've already made other things for this tassel. So we have our cork here, and that's what I'm going to use for my ring. And that way I didn't have to use a washer. I used this ring that was from the jewelry. if you're not understanding what I'm talking about using these pieces, we have a challenge each month, and this is our July challenge. And there are things that you need to make during the challenge. Okay, so from the lace, we have the side piece here, and we have this piece of lace. I think we need to grab the other side piece. So this is the side seam here, and I went ahead and I just cut the lace. I've done this before. You know, using every bit that you can. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and put this side in. Okay, so it's got some on each side. We have our daisy here in the front, okay, like this. And we're going to bring this so that, you know, the wine cork will have a good spot. Okay, so now to close this, I have my 6 inches of wire. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go around here, and we're just going to turn it into a tassel. Just going to go around, and then up and under itself. Okay, and that's just for safety primarily. Here's my tassel for this journal so far. Okay, so we have our little wine cork. So very, very cool. So we used our garment to make a tassel. So the next thing that we're gonna make is we're gonna just make a little pocket. So if you can imagine, we went ahead and we took some of that fabric. I cut a larger piece and I stamped it and I stamped it. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and collage on this. And we're gonna want something underneath it. Let's just grab something. We have this envelope. This was from Boys Town. I think that this envelope's gorgeous, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and rip it. And we'll go ahead and put this on here. It's gonna be a little bit bigger in places. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, maybe this way. Okay, so there we go. So we're gonna put that on there, and let's go ahead and we'll use our fabric tack to put that on today. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the fabric. So we've taken a piece of that linen from the skirt, stamped on it, putting it on privacy envelope. So privacy envelope is the envelopes, usually the bills come in that might have personal information on it, or the envelope that comes with it so that you can mail it back out. So this could be either a cluster or a pocket. And then you guys, I found 2 more of the really cool tickets that my friend had given me. And we're gonna go ahead and put this down with the numbers up. We have a bird. We have some music. And I don't need the words, I just need the music. And so we're gonna go ahead and go from over here and across, okay? And I'm gonna put a lot of glue on this, and that's because this paper is really brittle. So I wanna make sure that we don't lose pieces of it because of it being brittle. And then we have this one. These sing ye birds, sing, sing a joyous song, and let the young lambs bound as to the tabor's sound. I don't know, but there we go. We've got a quote. We've got a bird. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this down. This is from the wrapping paper. I keep saying wallpaper, you guys. It's from a wrapping paper that I had gotten for a project, and now it's like it's lasting forever. But it's really cool. It's got flowers all over it, and it has these sayings. So I chose it this time for the sayings because there's a lot of sayings with birds. Okay, so we'll put that on. We'll add the little bird. I'm looking to see if we have one of our little bingo markers. Is what I want. Oh, cool. I-29. How funny. There's two of them here, and they're both I-29s. What are the chances, you guys? They're both I-29. From the master sheet and from the other one. But we can go ahead and see which one we like best. I'm going to put the brown one down. And there we go. If you're here for the premiere, I'm waving. Hello. And say hello to Chip. Hi, Chip. So I want to thank you for showing up and hanging out with us today. And if you are here after the premiere, we'd love to invite you to come and join us at a premiere. We have them every day with a brand new crafty video at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. And also, while we're home, safer at home, we have one at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time weekdays. In that one, we are working on our little golden book. So in the morning one on somewhere between the 18th and 20th of July, we will be beginning Christmas in July, 12 days of Christmas. And we want to invite you to that, and you might start looking for some Christmassy things so that you can play along with us. And so let's get back to our regular scheduled program. Okay, so you can go ahead, back your fabric onto, you can stamp it, back it onto, and make a pocket or an embellishment of some kind. So there's that. Okay. So, oh yeah, I told you we were going to do something with this. Okay, so really quick, we can go ahead, and I have this paper, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a puddle on this paper. Yep, I'm going to make a puddle on the paper today. Today I'm going to make a puddle. There we go. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to add that onto here. So glad we can use our colors. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this in the vintage photo. I'll come out to the outside, put the outside in the vintage photo too. Okay, so there. Okay, now, what I would really like to do is be able to use some beads in here, but unfortunately, unless they're metal, so I would put 3 beads in here, is what I would normally do. I'd go ahead and I would put a puddle and put some beads in there, but we can't do that this time, so instead, we're going to put our little puddle in there, and we are going to go ahead and take some pieces off of our, which you just heard was a premiere getting ready to start, you guys. and I am behind. So that's the countdown. So I'll be there in just a minute. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make my own little eggs out of the lace. So, you know, don't give up when you can't use certain something. Think about it. Think about it. Ask others, because somebody might have had to do this before and might have an idea. So I'm just turning my eggs blue. But you can see that if I could use the beads, wouldn't they be so pretty? So this was the garment. I used the fray of the garment to make our little nest. Okay, so stay tuned. And now you see I've got this on here, so I'm going to be able to glue this onto paper to paper much easier. Okay, so I'm going to go to the premiere and I'll be right back. I want to thank you all for being here. This has been so much fun, and I am so excited about tomorrow's snippet, where we will add our little nest of blue eggs onto a snippet, and we'll be collaging using other items that we have. So this was really a lot of fun, making our beautiful fluffy tassel out of junk, trash, other people's discarded, or what they would have discarded. And our little, we're going to call this a cluster. We can put it onto a pocket. We can make a tuck out of it. We could put it onto fabric and have it be a fabric flip. But being able to take and stamp on your garment, which in my case was the linen skirt or slip, and then adding other items from junk to make beautiful embellishments. Which one was your favorite? I'm leaning towards the tassel today, and I love the paper towel in here. I mean, who'd have thought? And I love the way that it feels, and that we were able to use this jewelry piece as well. Just really, really exciting. So I hope you'll consider joining our Just Junk Journal Challenge for July. So the July Just Junk Journal Challenge. Again, the details videos in the description box down below. If you're interested in more videos about making things from junk, I'm putting the playlist from January, Just Junk Journal Challenge 2, and it will be here at the end of the video, as well as the garment video from January. Find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when videos are coming, and also check out our Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Facebook group. The link is in the description box down below. Now go watch one of these videos and have an amazing day. Bye. Bye-bye.